switching jobs has become an important part in a person's career because switching jobs gives a person a better career recognition as well as a better salary package and better upliftment in his career path. However, not many people will be able to switch multiple jobs at various times because there could be hurdles in this path. However, there are certain people who will keep switching jobs at their own pace. So when this happens, astrologically, how do we know the right time to switch a job? Because you might be trying hard to find a job, but you will not be able to do so. So astrologically, how you can find out the right time to switch a job? So let's have a look now. In astrology, the sixth and the eighth houses plays a very huge role when you are coming to switching jobs because sixth house is your day-to-day job, day-to-day work that you do. Eighth house is transformation or the change. When the sixth and eighth houses are not active, a person becomes confined or person becomes stable in their current professions and may not feel the need to switch jobs. However, when the role of sixth and eighth houses in astrology comes into picture, that is when the person keeps looking for a change. He feels pressurized at current workplace and then feels the need for switching a job for better career prospect. So let's have a look at the first example. I have taken an example of Aries ascendant here. Aries ascendant is nothing but Mesh Lagna. For Mesh Lagna, the sixth and the eighth houses. The sixth house is ruled by Mercury and eighth house is ruled by Mars. And third house is also ruled by Mercury. When we have a look at the sixth and the eighth house, the person will be able to switch jobs during the Antardasha of Mercury or the Antardasha of Mars. He could be running the Mahadasha of any other planet, say like Saturn Mahadasha. In Saturn Mahadasha, if the person is going through the Antardasha or Bhukti of Mars, that is when the switching happens. That is when the job change happens. Or if a person is running Mahadasha of Saturn, and then if he starts running the Antardasha of Mercury, that is when you can also see the job change. So this is where the switching happens. This is where the transformation of the career happens. It could be Mars Dasha, Mercury Bhukti, or Mars Dasha or Mercury Antardasha, or Mercury Dasha or Mars Antardasha, or Mahadasha of any other planet. Because Mahadasha is for a span of like 10 to 15 years. Whereas Antardasha is runs for a period of 1 or 2 years. So within the span of 1 or 2 years, a person switches, right? So this is when you will be able to see. Mercury and Mars plays a huge role here. Now, next coming to the second place. It's not only the sixth and the eighth house lords that are responsible for the career change. It is also the planet sitting in the sixth house. So if you have a planet, say, sitting in the sixth house, in this example, for Aries ascendant, sixth house as Sun. If a person runs the Antardasha of Sun, then also you can see career or a job change happening. Or if there are any other planet, say like sitting in the eighth house. If you take this example, I have a moon in the eighth house. I've seen people switching jobs when a planet is placed in the eighth house also. Generally in sixth house, what happens is either a job change happens or a project change within the same company happens. Some sort of profile change happening on all those things. Sixth and eighth house, you can see. But for eighth house, for definitely during the Antardasha of Mahadasha of Moon, the person switches career. So in order to know the right time, you need to see the Vimshodari Dasha. Vimshodari Dasha is when you go to a site like AstroSage or some place, you plug in your data, date of birth, time of birth, and place of birth. What you get is your horoscope. And then you go to the section of see Dasha. In that, you select Vimshodari Dasha and then see the current time period. See, today is, we are in August month, August 2025. See in exactly in what time frame are you following and what is the planet that is running the Antardasha, through which you will be able to know whether you will be able to switch your job or not. This is number 2. Number 3. And also, if you look at, say, like, if you are running the Dasha of Rahu here, this is again Aries ascendant. If you are running a Dasha of Rahu, who is already in the sixth house, and you are running the Antardasha of Venus, Rahu and then Venus, that is when the job switching happens. Or it can be like if you are running the Dasha of Venus, who is placed in the 8th house, and the Antardasha of Rahu, that is when the change happens. Here you can see 6-8, direct 6-8 relationship, which can also help a person make switch jobs immediately. So this is when the 6th and the 8th houses play a huge role in changing. At least to bare minimum, if person tries to put paper during this time period, you can always go and check this. This will be the easiest technique through which you will be able to know the right time period for switching jobs. Thank you, friends. If you have any doubts, kindly please do comment in the section so I'll be able to answer all your queries. Thank you.